This meeting is being recorded.
Oh, okay. All right. You're welcome to our third Sunday, the second week actually. So normally we're going to go through your demos. You're going to walk us through the code and then the functionality, preferably with the hosted link, the production link. And then we'll do a retrospective. I'm going to talk about that later. This will be our very first retrospective, and it will really be nice. You guys will enjoy it, I promise. And then after that, we'll go through the tasks for the following week, for next week. So yeah, I hope we beat time today. All right, we're going to start now with Aristos.
Yeah, so it's time for our demo. And who wants to begin? I think Clesta with, I forgot the pairings. Clesta was with Michelle, right?
With Mide. With Mide.
With Mide.
So,
okay, sorry, my bad.
Mide's gonna start.
Okay,
Perfect.
so hi everyone.
Hello.
So I'll be sharing my screen.
I think I've enabled you to share, right? Let me know if you're able to share.
Yes, I'm on it. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So this week we were tasked with creating this button that enables a user create a new list if the user doesn't already have the 3-word token. And then, so this is what we worked on. So if you click on this list, you automatically move from the home page to the list page. And that means, because it's moved here, it means that your token has been created. And so anyone that has a token would not have access to the create button to create new list, the create new shopping list. So here I am, and this is my list page. And so if we populate this, it will show our list. So this was our task for the week. So Clesta, can you show our code?
Okay. If you, it says I can't start screen share until you. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, let's go with that. Okay. Can you all see my screen? Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna start with the home screen or with the home page because this is where we created our button. And the function, the onClick function is actually in the app.js component. So here we brought in through props. And so in app.js, we have this is the handle click function, which is sent to the home page through here, through the navigation, or through the routes rather. So initially we started with changing the token to nothing. So we start off with nothing, with null, and we imported generate token. So when we click the button, like Mita showed, we are able to generate a new token. So we put it into a variable, which then we save it as the new token. So here we've used the use callback hook because otherwise the screen will keep re-rendering. So this will only happen when we click it, which is when we have to set a new token. And one final thing is when we go, as we saw in production, when we go on our screen, if we already have a token, we're taken to the list view. But if we don't have a token, we're taken to the home view and we use the navigate here. So if we have a token, do we have a token? If yes, take us to list page. Otherwise, take us to home page where we can generate a token. And I think that's it. Any questions?
Nope.
Cool.
There is none from me.
Perfect. So,
I have just sorry, Aristos. I have a small. Why without use callback the screen keep re-rendering?
I don't know actually. It kept refreshing, and the only way to stop it was to use callback function. So, if I understand correctly, it makes I wouldn't know how to explain it properly. It makes a copy of it. That way, it doesn't continue to run every time there's a list token.
Okay.
So,
yeah, actually, it's not that it re-renders, rather than it creates a new function every time if you don't put it inside callback.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, if you put the callback, it memorizes the function, so it doesn't create a new.
Created. Okay.
A new. It saves actually memory because you don't have to allocate a new function every time you do something on the component.
All right. Thanks. Great work.
Yeah, great work. Really nice code, indeed. Perfect. Then we can move on to Rachel and Victor, right?
Yeah, okay.
Hi. Hello everyone.
Hello.
I'm sorry for joining late. I really don't know what's going on with my PC and everything is just too slow here. I'm supposed to share my screen so that I'll walk through the UI, then Victor will talk about the code, but I'm having issue over here with my PC. I don't know if Victor can take it over from there.
Okay, let me talk about the code as she sorts PC issue. Hello, is my screen visible?
Yep.
Okay, so our issue was to implement a form for adding items to a list that is saved in the Firebase database. So we used the form tag and an input box with the type of text where a user will input the item to add to the list, and a field set a field set tag with a legend that prompts the user on when they are likely to make a next purchase. We had 3 radio inputs, which are controlled radio inputs, each with a value representing the number of a number representing the next likely time of purchase. So the first one was 7 days, the second one was 14 days, the third one was a month, 30 days. An on-change function that updates the state for purchase time when selected, and the button one of the issues was to ensure that anytime the user clicks the label, the input, I mean the radio button corresponding to that label gets selected. So we implemented that using the HTML for attribute corresponding to the ID of the radio input. And another issue was when a user clicks the enter button, the form should submit whether the user clicks the enter button or directly clicks the add item button. So we did that by using a button of type submit. Okay. Another part of our issue was to implement the add item function from which is in the firebase.js file. We only had to complete it. And what we did was await the add doc function from Firestore/Firebase, and we passed the list. Sorry, just a minute. The add item function was taking a list ID, which was okay, which has not yet been implemented fully. The item and an object representing with an item name and the date of next purchase. So let me see the handle submit function. So the handle submit function was an async function. We added the prevent default function to prevent the page from refreshing on anytime the user clicks enter. So we passed the add item function from the firebase.js file, and we passed a list ID and the item containing the item name and the days until next purchase. And we were checking if the item was successfully added, which would return an ID. So if the ID was present, we set a prompt or a message that shows that the item was successfully added. Then we cleared the inputs, and the prompt that showed that the item was successfully added was timed. Let's say we put 3 seconds so that after 3 seconds the message disappears. So yeah, that was what we were supposed to work on the code. So I think Michelle should show in the UI.
Okay, let me share my screen now. Okay, this is the UI. In this place, this is the UI that we created, and once the user enters the name, let's say item 1, and then choose which how soon they would purchase the item again. Let me say kind of soon, and okay, the user will get a success message and it disappears after a few seconds. And now this item will be added to the list item. Yes, this is item 1 that I just added here. So the user can come back and add more items to it. Item 2. Add item 2 successfully added. So this is item 2. So that's it. I don't know if anyone has any question.
Yeah, it works really well. I just wanted to see the Firebase console to see how it's being added. The two items you sent.
See if I have to.
I think you should go to Firestore database. Okay. Okay, so I also wanted to check if I can see you merged your PR after Cluster's team merged theirs. So you didn't get a chance to remove the dummy token you were using to kind of merge the two tasks together. I don't know if you get.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so when you pull down their own branch, you were supposed to do some cleanup, like remove the dummy, this my test list, so that you'll have a base running ground for next week's issue. I think someone can just quickly do that and push to main before you pull down for next week's issue. So you can remove the dummy token so that normally when a user comes, if they have the token saved to local storage, you should take them to the list view and then fetch the items attached to that token. And if they don't have, they should be shown the home screen. So while you're still doing the add item part, the list item part should also be working well with a real token now, not a dummy one. So either of you can update it, whether today or tomorrow morning, so that the rest of the team can pull down and then start branching off from there. All right, thank you.
Okay. Should we move to retro?
Yeah, if no one has any more questions, we can move to retro. All right. I'm going to share my screen, but we're not going to read it out yet. So we're going to take some time to fill out our retro board. So retrospectives are, as I wrote on the chart, they are part of sprints, normal sprints that they do in tech companies, where after a sprint, the whole team involved will meet and then talk about how the previous sprints went, what they did well, what they want to improve on, any hindrances they encountered, and all of that stuff. So we are just going to take like 10 minutes to fill it out. I'm going to paste the link in the chat for easy access. So you can just click on add item. It's this way. They changed the UI. Reda, can you see the new UI? It's so different. I don't know. I preferred the other one. Was much better than this, and you can only create drafts. It's not even like it's not registering, but I don't know their plan about that. Probably we
I can see
should.
that.
Yeah, so maybe it's just that we want to have everything on GitHub. So I would have suggested to Andrew that we should start using another board, Kanban board for planning our retros. But I guess they want to have, like, if you come to TCL-50, you should be able to see everything about that cohort on GitHub. So that's why we're using GitHub, I guess. But yeah, when you come to each of the columns, you click on add item and then type in anything. And then since they don't record who is typing, it might be better and easier for us to just like include your name at the end of it so that we'll know who typed it in. And then you can send. And I also found out that you cannot just, there is no edit button here. You have to click into the stuff you wrote and then come here. This is in case if you want to correct anything, this is where the edit button is. Gave me some time, took some time for me to find it. So yeah, we're going to take 10 minutes now. And if you have any questions, you can unmute and ask. Aside from that, we'll take the 10 minutes now. right. We can take some time to put our names, attach our names to the cards, so it will be easy for us when we are reading it out, because we are going to take turns reading out the retrospectives. So we can just add our names at the end of the cards. All right. Does anyone need more time? Oh, Frida, okay. Can go ahead. We still have like 2 minutes.
No, I said no. This is no.
Oh, okay.
All is good. I don't need time.
All right. All right. So I'm going to share my screen and then we'll read them out. All right. Yeah, so we're going to start with the appreciation column. So Rachel, you can just read out your part under the appreciation column. Hi, Rachel.
Okay, hello.
Yep.
Okay, I would like to appreciate all the mentors for their time and assistance, and especially Chiamaka, Reda, and Aristos. You all are our MVP. Thanks to my peer mate Victor. Thanks for the cover up, and it was nice pair programming with you. Thank you, Midi and Krista, for coming through for me when I needed assistance. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. All right, I'm next. So shout out to every member of the team. We are really working hard towards achieving our goal. And from day one, everybody brought their A game. And so far, so good. We've been able to hit our target for the first 2 weeks. No ACs are left behind. Every thing we need to do as at this point, we've already done all of them. So yeah, shout out to everyone. All right, Aristos.
You are muted, Aristos.
Sorry, yeah, just good job to everyone for the code reviews, for the result that was produced. Good job and keep up the effort.
Thank you. Krista?
Thanks to the mentors for helping with the blockers this week. So there was the office hours, Aristos, thank you. And then Reda with code review, and also Chamaka and Reda came on when I had that question about Firebase, and our code would not have looked as beautiful if it weren't for you guys. Also, thanks to my pair programming partner, Nita, for introducing me to LiveShare. So happy to use that now.
It's really a nice extension, very nice. All right, Rita.
Yeah, kudos to the Collabs for putting in the hard work and supporting each other. You really did well. Why there is no, why it's called appreciation now and not kudos?
I didn't get that.
Why it's called appreciations now?
And not
it used
kudos.
to be, yeah.
Yeah, I think they mean the same thing, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like kudos just looks cooler. That's all.
Yeah. All right, Midday, it's your turn.
Okay, I'd like to appreciate the mentors. You guys rock. And I've been paired with 2 people so far, Rachel and Clesta. Ladies, you are amazing. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mide. All right, we'll go over to the next column. What went well? And I'll start. For me, everything went well. The ACs were all met, and we were able to merge in our codes. Like you were able to demo from production link. That's a huge milestone, even though it took some time to adjust the first week. But now we are all very conversant with the processes, and the collabs are just doing it. It's flowing very well. No much blockers, no much unnecessary time wasting. Everything is just going well. And yeah, that went well. All right, Cluster.
I was happy to see that both PRs were merged on time for the meeting, and the team came together when someone needed help.
Aristos.
Yes. Again, everyone seemed to roll much easier this week. So yeah, just I feel that everyone is much more comfortable doing what has to be done by now compared to the previous weeks, for example. So yeah, I think that everything went great.
I think so too. All right, Rachel.
Okay, my teammates and I were able to figure out how to use the Firebase function in text. When we first started, it was not easy for us to figure it out. So yeah, we had to just take a day off to go do more research and learn more. Then we came back the following day to finish it up. So after reading some docs, though Firebase docs is really messy, and thankfully we were able to figure it out, and now we've learned something good now previous week.
I know there is no cohort that don't complain about Firebase. So if a lot of developers have this feedback, why are they not doing anything to improve it? That's what I don't understand. Like someone signed off on that documentation, somebody earning a large salary. Anyway, Rita.
Issues were tackled quickly, which gives time for the other team and for the mentors also to review your code and to get feedback back. And the process went really smooth, especially the second week.
Yep. All right, Mide.
Okay, so our codes worked and we were able to solve issues. The support given by the entire team was superb.
All right. Thank you, Mide. Victor.
Our issue was solved well, thanks to Reda for keeping us in check when we lost our way. Props to Michelle. We did a lot of meetings over Firebase. And yeah, we were able to sort out the issue. Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome. All right. What could have gone better? So for me, everything seems to be going as they should. I would have talked about time, probably better time management, but the first week, why we were not able to merge our PRs before the retro was because of the presentation we wanted to do. So we delayed things a bit, and then this week we were able to meet up. So yeah, maybe we can touch up time management a little bit to be able to have all the code in the main branch before the retro. Apart from that, everything is looking well from my end. Thank you. Aristos?
Yeah, my comment is on regarding, well, when scheduling our meetings and our office hours, for example, let's try to be a little more responsive and respond, on time, so it is easier for everyone to schedule their week. Just a little reminder, on that. but yeah, not something too important.
Yep, time management. All right.
Yes.
Rachel.
Yeah, everything is fine for me actually.
Okay. All right. So that is the end of our retro section. So we don't really, our action points would be to, be more responsive as regards action points, like anything we need to act on Slack, so that it will be very easy for us. Apart from that, I think everything is, we are all working hard. We're all bringing our A games, like no slacking. You guys are very, very, very hardworking. Our collabs are very hardworking. Like you're always ready to jump in and do stuff and do research and seek for help. And if we continue like this, I don't see where we'll have any issues or any blockers. So it's moving exactly as planned. So yeah, kudos to the entire team. We're doing well. All right.
I
So we're
love
going to
I love
conclude.
that not only pairs helping, like not only the pairs helping each other, but the whole team is like jumping and helping in
I
the issues.
noticed
That was
that
really
too.
great.
I noticed it
Yeah.
too. And that's why our Twitter threads are very, very important. Like you're able to see what's going on, where you can jump in, everybody contributing together. At the end of the day, we are working towards building one product. So, all right. Thank you so much, everyone. We're going to conclude by going through the tasks for next week. Rita.
I'll just walk you through the issues for next week. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen? All right. We'll start with issue 5. As a user, I want to join an existing shopping list so I can share a shopping list with another person. So what we need to do in this issue is to allow users to join existing shopping lists so they can manage them with friends or family. This will take the following steps. First step is the user enters an existing token into a form. The token is saved to local storage. The user is taken to the list view and shown the existing list. The acceptance criteria is if a user doesn't already have a token, the home view shows a form that allows the user to enter a token to join an existing list, in addition to the button that allows them to create a new list. So you will have 2 buttons in the home page, the one for creating a new list and another one for joining an existing one. For generating the new, it's already done. The input that accepts the list token has a semantic label element associated with it. The user can submit this form with both the mouse and the enter key. If the list exists, the token is saved in local storage, and the user is redirected to the list view and shown the items on that list. If the list does not exist, the user is shown an error message that explains the problem. The other case, if a user does already have a token, they are automatically redirected to the list view. And I guess this is already implemented in the previous issue. Notes, be sure to use the setlist token function to save the token that the user enters. You will know your label is correctly implemented if you click on the label and keyboard focus moves to the related input. And you can refer to this in the index on the label. Users will be able to submit the form with the enter key if you listen for the right JavaScript event on the right element. If you are adding on key down listener anywhere, you may be complicating things. You can assume that users will only be sharing a token if the list has actually items on it. So let's say I create a new shopping list, but never add any item to it and haven't saved that particular token to Firestore, we can assume that's a list that doesn't exist. So I guess this node is already implemented, because if you are not adding an item, you can't actually really save any token to the Firestore, because the token gets saved automatically after adding the first item. If you would like, you can save the token to Firestore immediately when creating a list, and then a user will be able to share an empty list. See issue 5. This is a mistake. I guess it should be issue 3. Right, Shamaka? Because this is issue 5.
Yeah.
Basically what they are saying here, you can either save the token when a user add item, and that's the current behavior in the code, or add the token to the Firestore immediately when the user creates it or enter it. But I guess this is not possible. The last time I was talking with Klesta and Shamaka, I guess this is not possible right now. We couldn't find anything that add a collection to the Firestore. So anyway, if you have any question later, just ask. Any question for this issue? All right, then I will just move to the 6th issue. As a user, I want to filter my shopping list to make it easier to locate an item in the list. What we need to do in this issue is allowing users to search through their list, and that will help them cut down on clutter and focus on items they are looking for. The acceptance criteria, a form is added to the top of the list view above the shopping list. The form includes the following elements: a next field with a text field with a semantic label, which narrows down the list as the user types. When there is a text in the field, some kind of button and another meaning, that's the X button, for just to clear the field. When the field is cleared, the list is reset to its unfiltered state. Note, you will know your label is correctly implemented if you click on the label and keyboard focus moves to the related input. And again, you can refer to the docs for the label. The filter text should match any part of the item name. In other meaning, it should not only match from the start of the string. So if you have pizza and you type just $Z, you should see pizza, something like that. And this is our wireframe. I already get familiar with it. And it shows here, this is the filter that you need to implement. And that's it for this issue. Any question? Okay, anyone prefer an issue? Come on, someone say I want this issue.
Okay. I
Yeah,
think
just
Don't be shy.
6 is fine.
Okay, so Rachel, if of course everyone is okay with it. Okay, so Rachel, and can't remember, but I guess it's Mitchell. Mitch Happy, okay. And who's with
Lester.
Mitchell and Clestadia. I hate this Zoom navbar for real. Restart and it is. I just stop sharing. And for issue 5, it will be Victor and Midi. Victor. All right, done.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rita. As usual, you probably might not have understood the issue fully now. So when you go through it during the week and then you don't understand any part of it, you can always reach out on Slack. And we'll talk about it. All right. So that's it. Is there anything we're leaving out? Rita, do you have a time for your office hour yet, or you'll communicate it on Slack?
I will communicate it on Slack.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
I
all
will
right.
post.
All right, yeah. So there's nothing else. So bye. It was nice speaking with you guys again today.
Bye-bye.
See you on
Bye,
Slack.
everyone.
Bye, have a good
Thank
night.
you.
Bye.
Bye.